Touchdown. Touchdown. Touchdown.
Red square,
Touchdown.
what's a buckle for me friend them?
Touchdown.
For me dear.
Family over everything. Family so certain. Family so certain.
Let's hear again.
Family so certain.
Cyclone never know where I reach us. We get a perish.
You think say me no see it? How we say family so certain friends we now go keep. Final destination greatness. We talk them never believe. How them call 119 and put me in a police jeep.
Me fans become 15. Me fans become 15.
Now I me succeed them when we bleed out on the street.
Enviate and greed. The things that make me grieve. But me know them good and never let me speak.
If you want my family, no come round cause me no need friend.
Me fi tell you.
None of them are hidden.
Me fi tell you.
That's why we not.
Me brother.
I me see enough of them a wait for the chance we come round poison your weed blem. But Rebel Nation Congress we never need Ben. And we are go use the winnings and beat them. Wins. Yes, I. My brother Cyclone, big up yourself, you know what I mean?
Hello again. Thank you, world, for joining us again on another episode of Music and Marriage. My name is Nikita. I am your host, and this is my co-host.
I'm like Red Square. Give thanks for joining us again, you know what I mean? That song that you just heard is my brand new single. It's called Realness. Seen? It's on every major streaming platform. You don't know, debuted at number 36 on the iTunes reggae charts. Give thanks if you bought it, you pre-ordered it. You seen? I am greatly appreciative. If you didn't buy it, there's still opportunity to go and buy it, and also opportunity to stream it live on Spotify, on Apple Music, on iHeartRadio, and all of the streaming platforms that you could find music. It's there, you know what I mean? Also, Music and Marriage Podcast is available on all streaming platforms.
Yes.
Apple Podcasts, Spotify,
Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Podcast Addict,
Anchor FM, Podcast Addict, Breaker FM.
Castbox. We're everywhere.
All of the above. So make sure y'all go out there and support the podcast.
Yes.
Stream. Yeah.
And if you're streaming from any one of these platforms that we just mentioned, make sure you guys go over to our YouTube page and check out all of our visuals for this episode and every episode of our podcast on YouTube at Amlock Red Square Official.
Official.
So make sure you guys go over there and, see what's going on. Check us out.
If you prefer the visual, just go check out the YouTube vibe.
Yes.
And if you prefer to just drive and listen or in your house working while you're
whatever
listening,
you're doing,
just check out the streaming platforms,
and make sure
Spotify
you guys go and
stuff like that.
follow us on Instagram.
Yes.
Music and Marriage Podcast is our podcast page for IG. So make sure you guys go over there and start to follow, see what we do. Yeah. Over there, we have a little different vibe over there. We do a lot of pics, and I like to do photo shoots and stuff like that. So you might see a few of that up there.
Yeah.
But yeah, just thank you for joining us again. We hope you guys are all doing well out there in the world, wherever you are, wherever you're listening from, wherever you're listening us through. We hope that you are in good health, and we hope that you are, aspiring to be whatever that it is that you, desire.
Yeah.
You're going after your dreams, and you're just doing what you need to be doing to better yourself and to better who you are and the people around you. Exactly. So yeah. So what's going on? How you been?
We're giving thanks,
before we get into that, make sure y'all stay tuned for the EP that's coming out from our very own I'm Like Red Square Root to the EP coming out.
We're working. LMR, big up yourself.
Yes.
We still recording. I personally thought recording was over, but LMR decided to, add a few more tracks to the whole vibration. So we're still recording. A few other tracks have already been mixed,
complete,
mastered. And I think that this year for sure we will be having the Square Rooted EP produced totally in total by LMR Productions. You know what I mean? Look out for the features. I mean, all right.
Just get a little people them a little piece of thing.
A little
Who's
piece
the
of thing.
features?
All right,
Who's
we
gonna be on the
have
album?
Bitter So Sicker.
Ray.
That is going to be on the album. I'm not going to no more.
Come
That's
on.
it. That's it.
Come
every
on.
episode I might release or leak something here or there. If you're listening to other interviews that we've been doing or have done on other
I have to shout that
podcasts.
out. Make sure you guys go and check us out. We've been featured on a few podcasts
Yes.
since the year has begun. We were featured on 90 Day Win podcast.
Yes.
Make sure you guys go and check her out on Buzzsprout. She's also available on all streaming platforms. We were also featured on Sunsplash Media
Yes.
podcast as well, out of Atlanta.
Yes.
And we were also featured on Reggae Lovers
Reggae
podcast.
Lovers. Yes.
Out of Atlanta as well. So make sure you
Big
guys
up
go and
Reggae Lovers.
check them out.
Seeing
Reggae
really,
Lovers, yes.
Really appreciated that interview. It was really a good one.
Yes.
Really
and make sure you guys
enjoyed
go
it.
over to Reggae Lovers
So
and
go to Reggae Lovers podcast. Subscribe.
follow them.
Yes.
Great
Yes.
podcast, especially if you're a lover of reggae music. You get a lot of insight, a lot
Yes.
of artist interviews.
Yes.
So make sure you guys go and check them out.
Yeah.
Reggae Lovers
Reggae Lover
podcast.
Reggae Lover podcast.
Yes, they're on IG too, so follow them. All of the platforms that we've mentioned that we've been on so far,
Yeah.
are on IG. So we'll also put the description, the tags in
Yep.
the description box, so you guys can go and follow them and find them easier.
Yeah, so what I say is, if you've been listening to those interviews, or when you do go and check out those interviews, you will hear bits and pieces of what's going on with the project. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I'm not gonna release any names, so to speak, right
Womp
now.
womp.
But when it's getting closer, then we're gonna start to build the
Oh, my
excitement
candle's
even
out.
more. I don't know why this fan. But yeah, get ready. Square Rooted EP, it's on its way. It's in the process. In the meantime, go and enjoy the singles them that we've been releasing. Like I said, Pila Productions, track called Realness, featuring the Billboard Kid. Cyclone is out now. You know what I mean? On all digital platforms. Go stream it. Family over everything. Realness. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, definitely make sure y'all go check that out. It's definitely a banger. It's a hot one to definitely vibe to, whatever it is that you're doing. Yeah. So also, shout out to Slow Burn Scents out in Atlanta for our candle. We love the scent. Every episode we're gonna try to feature a different brand or a different flavor or a different, what would you call it, scent, a different scent to you guys. So yeah, just definitely check it. So yeah, look on the fire if I like, yeah.
Coastal water.
Oh, because I'm looking like yeah. So make sure you guys go over to Slow Burn Scents on IG or slowburnscentsllc.com to order your very own candle, Slow Burn Scents candle.
The coastal waters, it's smelling up the whole room right now.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Smells so
Unbelievable.
amazing.
Yeah. So Slow Burn Sense, big up yourself.
Yeah.
Give thanks for, supplying us with the aura.
Wonderful
Wonderful
scented candles.
scented candles.
Yes.
We really appreciate it.
We thank you for that. Topic.
What we talking about today?
Today I want to discuss something that I saw on, I think it was IG, where a guy was saying that he does not want his spouse or girlfriend to be friends with his friends. Like, what is your take on that? Are you against your friends being friends with your spouse, or are you okay with it? Is it like a weird vibe where like you don't want to share your friends? Because there's a lot of people that are like that, where it's just like, okay, I don't want to share my friends, so my friends are my friends and I don't want you to be friends with them. But for a spouse to be friends with your friends, like, is that something that you're okay with? Is that something that you're, like, you encourage? How you feel about that?
I'm gonna answer it personally and then from a wider perspective.
Okay.
First, personally, I don't really think I don't really think it's an issue. You know, for the most part, my friends are very respectable people. They respect my relationship with you. They understand themselves and understand, you know, boundaries. For the most part, and because of that, I think that it shouldn't be an issue. Now, I would understand if a man says, "Listen, I don't want my friends can be your friends," because he knows that his friends don't understand boundaries, even though you do, right? Even though you do as his woman, you understand boundaries and know.
The friends don't.
But the friends don't. And because of that, a man might be of the opinion that, you know, I really don't want my wife, my queen, to really be friends with my friends because they don't and understand boundaries, and it might create confusion, you know, within the relationship. And you really don't want that, because even though you might be faithful and be doing your thing, a friend might be mischievous, and because you know that friends to be mischievous, you know, he might create an issue within
your relationship.
And you really don't want that. And it's better to, you know, separate friends and relationships, so to speak.
Okay.
You know, I because some friends don't understand.
That's what I was gonna say.
You know,
like,
some friends don't understand. Like say, your relationship that you have is very important. That is the first and foremost. Some friends may not even be in a relationship. Some friends are promiscuous, you know, and they just feel like them to have 4, 5, 6 woman or man. And your woman or your man might be in them sites as something to conquer, or someone to conquer, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some people see them thing as a thrill. You know, for conquer, for
Another
sleep with them
man's
brethren. Yeah, you know. So it's like, you know, when you really take all of them things into consideration, you know, I wouldn't blame a man if a man say,
you don't want your friends to be around your wife.
You know, but me personally, I know my friends, and for the most part, I don't have a problem with my friends being your friends, for the most part.
Okay.
Yeah.
I agree to an extent. I don't believe that. For me, I think we could be associates, but I don't think we'll truly be friends. Because when it all comes down to it, if that's your friends, they're going to be your friends. They're going to have your back. They're going to hold, you know what I'm saying, your side of it if anything is supposed to go down. So for me personally, like, I wouldn't look at any of your friends.
No, I don't agree, because if you're a true friend,
you're going to ride for yours.
If you're a true friend,
you're going to ride for yours.
You're going to be balanced. You're going to be balanced.
You hardly find friends that are balanced.
I have friends that are balanced. I have friends, Tafari is a very balanced youth.
Yeah.
Fully balanced.
Yeah, I could say that.
You know, so he's never in favor.
He's not biased, or he's not going to say, well, this is right, or even if it's
just
wrong,
what is right to him.
Yeah, he's going to
and
tell
what
you,
him say.
Why you know, say, I fuck with that.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you straight, say, brother, listen to me, you know, man.
I'm foolish. That don't make sense. That not add up.
Yeah, that not add up. You see me, I say, my cousins, them, Briggy, uncle, you know what I mean? Like, I have friends that are balanced in their judgment when it comes to certain things. You know what I mean? So I can't really say.
I don't know. I still stand by, even though you have proven and you have named some names where I could say, all right, maybe they wouldn't. But overall, in general, like, I can't say that your friends are my friends, because in my mind, they're going to always be down for you. Whether it's right or wrong. If it's a situation, I think
Tafari is an exception to the rule.
Yeah, because he's very different. He's very different.
You know? Yeah.
I don't really see much of your friends where I'm like, okay, well, if something happens between us, they're going to be, you know, just non-biased. And they're going to give a real honest opinion. It's going to always lead to their friend, because they want their friends to be comfortable.
Yeah.
So for me in that situation, I could never look at any of your friends really and be like, okay, well, that's my friend as well. I could say they're my associates, or they're someone that I'm cool with and that I speak to. But as far as, you know what I'm saying, like us being friends and hanging out and me telling you what's going on. Because even in a situation where, like, if I'm feeling vulnerable at a time and I feel like I want to tell, like, if I see one of your friends as my friends and I'm in a position where something happens and I'm like, all right, I want to be open with someone, I really want to talk about it with someone, I can't necessarily say I will go to your friends and then expect them not to be judgmental or come back to you with the information that I've, expressed with them how I feel.
Yeah, but that's a different scenario, because that means you know.
No, it's still the same thing.
Why would you be discussing something that you don't want a friend to come back and say to me?
Because
if we are in an open relationship.
If we're in a relationship and that's your friend,
and we're communicating everything.
And you're saying that your friends are non-biased, I would expect them to say, okay, well, this is what you should do, or this is how I see the situation. But most of the time, it doesn't go that way.
No, again, what me I say is, why would you be of the mindset that if you go to one of my friends to reason about whatever topic it is, you have to be worried about whether or not he's gonna or she's gonna come back to me?
Because it happens all the time. I've seen that happen before. Where
but what I'm saying is, there shouldn't be an instance where you're saying that whatever it is you're saying shouldn't come back to me, because it should be that we should be having this open communication about everything.
No, I understand that, and I do agree with that. However, if we're friends, not everything that you tell your friend, you expect your friend to go back and say to your spouse. Like, if me and Janella's having a conversation, or me and Tafari's having a conversation about something, I don't expect him to go back and say, yo, say, man, Nikita, talk about this. If I come to you and I say, okay, this is something that is troubling me within my relationship and I want your advice, or I want to see how you feel.
Okay, so it depends on the context of the conversation.
It's more of advice, or if I'm going through something and I want to vent to someone. That's what I'm saying, like, in those parameters. Like, if I come to one of your friends saying, okay, I want to vent to you about this that's been going on in my relationship, because you're a close person to him and you know how he feels and understand. Maybe you feel like you can't go to your spouse. Maybe this person's the in-between person.
No, I don't agree with that. That don't make sense to me, because at the end of the day, if you go through something, right, and you talk to my friend about it, me I expect my friend to come back to me and say, brother, say you go about this the wrong way. And agree with what Nikita say, I agree with how she feel, and this is my opinion, and then make me formulate my own opinion from that. Me not expect you and him to attack, or you and she attack, and then within the parameters of what we're talking about, and she or he not coming back to me and saying, brother, adjust a situation because your wife I feel a certain way.
No, because in a relationship, we don't necessarily want our friends to come and say, okay, well, I heard this about your relationship, or this has been said. But if we're friends, if we're all friends, I don't think that it should be something. If me and him is sitting here, if I'm sitting here talking to Tafari and I'm like, say this up now, whatever, I'm gonna really feel comfortable with my relationship, what do you think I should do? I would expect him to say, all right, say this, because I know say him feel a certain way about this, or him probably not like this, so maybe I can approach it in this type of way.
And then after come to me and say, say Nikita feel a certain type of way about the relationship.
Yeah, but I don't think that's his place really to come and say
of
to you.
Of course, you already put him in the place.
He's a friend.
Exactly.
But if he's a friend of ours, he shouldn't be, okay, well, we can't go and discuss certain things with him. That's the whole purpose of having a friendship and having a certain type of circle around you where you can go and ask for advice.
I don't agree.
And get opinion. I think so.
I don't agree, because at the end of the day, that's going to create...
How so?
It's going to create an energy of secrecy. To me, I going to feel like you and my friend have conversations that I am not privy to.
You will be privy
to
it,
but
you're just not going to have that direct, that word for word verbatim as what we talked about, but you will be privy to the conversation.
How? If you not expect the friend to tell me,
I will come back and say to you. That's what I'm saying. I don't expect the friend to come and say certain things. If that's the case, and I sit down and talk to him, I will come and say to you, someone talk to Tafari, and
if it's a
he
good
gave
friend,
me some. That's what I'm saying.
If it's a really good friend,
but that's what I'm saying. If we're all friends,
all right.
If it's a friendship that we all have,
me view friendship, if it's a really good friend of you and me, that person I gonna come talk to both of we about the situation. Whether it be together or separate.
It would be best if they do it together, but for separate, I will feel some type of way.
I wouldn't feel no type of way, because at the end of the day, it's like a mediator. a friend.
Exactly.
A person
So if
that
it's
is
a
supposed to.
So if it's a mediator, it shouldn't be any type of it's secrecy. It should be this is someone that we sit on and we could be in confidant, like it's a confidant of ours. He could be like a therapist, so to speak, without being a therapist.
No,
that would be like the middle person within where we can say, all right,
No.
I feel this way. Just like how if you go to Janelle and say, hey, I feel this way about Nikita, or whatever the case is. I don't expect her to come, girl, you know what he said this about you and da-da-da-da. Because that might cause a little bit more.
No,
but if she
it shouldn't. It shouldn't, because at the end of the day, that's your friend. That's your friend.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I say? That's our friend. And at the end of the day,
that's why
everything should be in the open.
It would be out in the open, but I feel like I would need
So
to
you
come and
wouldn't-
say certain things to you, not that person, the third person who's giving me advice to say, okay, well, deal with it because they know you better than I do, or I feel like they understand the situation more. I don't see I would be like, okay, that's secrecy. I don't think that's secrecy.
I think so.
That's not
I
secrecy.
totally disagree with your opinion on
friends
that.
is sitting there talking about certain things that are not supposed to be spoken
It
of.
will eventually lead to that.
No, it won't.
Yes, it
No,
will.
it won't.
Because you
How
feel
will it
safe. You feel safe now. I talk about certain things when me not privy to with the friend.
All right, let me ask you a question. Before, outside of, remember I told you the other day, we were having a discussion. I was saying to you, Tafari's one of your friends. I'm not seeing me in my most vulnerable state, right? Did you know about that? Me crying to him and expressing how I feel about the situation at that time. No, you did not know about it until I said it to you. I didn't feel exactly, but I didn't feel like it was something where he should run to you and say, "Oh, she said this hard.
No,
I do
but
this hard,
listen,
but feel that way."
Listen to what I'm saying. I don't know particulars because I mean I expect particulars,
but
at the end of the day, I expect some kind of conversation for say, brother, so Nikita shall hold it up, or Nikita go through.
I'm sure he said that to you. I'm sure he said that. But that's what I said earlier. You won't give a word-to-word verbatim of what happened, but you will get a briefing on what took place or what the conversation was about. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't have to. Of course, it doesn't have to be.
I expect no secrecy. For say me tell you something and me and you talk about something, me not expect you to go back go tell. Like I said, me not expect you to go back go say something.
You're taking it in a different way. You're looking at it as we're trying to hold secrets and we're trying to have a side relationship or side conversation.
It can lead to that.
It will not lead to that if you have friends. If that's supposed to be your friend and that's your woman and that's somebody that you check for certain way, certain lines will not be crossed. No matter what happens in a relationship, certain lines will not be crossed because of the respect level that both of them have for you.
And to keep that respect level, everything should be on the table. No matter who you talk to first, whatever the situation is. If me say something to him or she and she come back and tell you that is fine. Because everything is open. Some people
come back and they say certain things a different way, and then that causes problems and confusion.
No, it will cause confusion and problem when everything is in the open.
It's not in the open because, as you said, it's like a game of telephone. I tell you something, you say something, you're not going to bring it back the same exact way how I said
not
it.
Not a true friend.
So therefore, it's,
Not a true friend. If you're a true and real friend. But that's
what I'm saying. If you're a true and real friend, there would not be certain lines would not be crossed. So therefore, you're saying is it's okay for certain things and it's not okay for certain things. You want to know certain situations, but certain situations is not that serious.
But that's exactly what it is.
If you're gonna want to know one thing, you need to know all.
No, if the conversation is about something that we're going through that affects our relationship.
But that's advice. That's going to someone for advice.
Right,
when you go to someone for advice, you want that to be in confidence. You don't want it to be like, okay, well,
then don't go feed to a friend. Don't go for advice from a friend. Go somewhere else. Go to a counselor, or go somewhere else. Don't expect.
I'm not saying every friend is gonna have that sound reasoning. Every friend, but as I said,
no. What you not understand what I say. Me not talk about whether or not the reasoning sound or not. Seeing? Me I say, as a friend, as a good friend, as a great friend, an exceptional friend, in my opinion, I feel like if you come to Tassie and say, Tassie, I've been feeling in some type of way, things haven't been really going how we want it to go on, what's your views on it? And she give her views. But within herself, she feel, you know, she say okay. She give her opinion in confidence or whatever. You know, you are think say okay between you and her. I feel like she should be able now to come to me as a real friend, as a true friend, and say, brother, you know, say your wife, you know, she come to me in confidence and I say, Ray, and I made her really like if I work it out to her because I wouldn't want to see.
Of course,
the
that's
thing
a true
got
friend.
away there.
That's a true friend. But sometimes we have friends that we disguise and we think that they're true friends because we've been in a situation like this before where if you had a friend and she became my friend over time. And whenever I would say certain things to her about our relationship, it will get back to you in a different way. And I would know that because you would say certain things to me and the same way how, or similar way how I said it, it will come back to me and it's like, but that's not the intention or that's not how I said it. So why did she bring it back to you that way? That's what I'm saying. If it's a true friend, it's going to come back to you the right way. And that person is
still there on?
No, she's not around anymore, but she was a friend.
But that's what
but
I'm
it's not
saying.
But it's not because of you why she's not around. It's
understand that. And I understand that. We not debate that. But me I say, that is the outcome. That is the outcome that should happen.
No, when a person is not real. Because the information that she gave you was definitely not how I was feeling.
And that's what I'm saying.
She made it seem as if like
and that is great.
I was saying certain things about you or I didn't like certain things.
And that is great. That I could have come back and regurgitate with me here and you say to yourself, but this is not how it really go. Let me deal with this. You understand what I say? Me not no problem with that. Me not no problem with the turnout how it turn out.
Saying. If it's a good friend, because you considered her a great friend at one point. So that's what I'm saying. You see, I don't even have to say the name. You know exactly who I'm talking about.
I don't know where you're talking about, but at the end of the day, what I'm saying is it doesn't, it matters that the person they get weed out.
I understand
and the reason why the person they get weed out.
Because of me, not because of you.
It doesn't matter if it's me or you.
Yes, it does.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's me or you weed out the person. What matters is that the person get weed out and can no longer do what she was doing.
Okay.
Because she did bring news and I bring it the way how it's not supposed to go. But a real friend, a real person,
but that's what I'm saying.
I go come back to you and tell you exactly what it is. And nothing is wrong with that.
I'm not saying anything is wrong with it. As I said, for me personally, if I go to you as a friend, because that's what it was in our situation with her. I went to her as a friend. I knew that was your friend and I know she had more loyalty to you. However, the relationship and the bond that we were building, I thought that, you know, maybe we're having a friendship. We're having that connection as sisters. So me, in the younger years, I would say, okay, I would, you know, talk to her about certain things. And if we're having issues, I would say to her and come to find out like, shorty's there laughing like whenever we get into arguments or shit happen because she's gloating over that. So in my opinion, it's like, okay, that's your friend, but I considered her my friend as well. But just because the information that she was given to you, it wasn't correct. And that's the same thing as a good friend. You considered her a good friend. So for someone as a good friend to bring wrong information or, you know what I'm saying, ill will messages to you about your spouse, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes it can be in a situation where you keep your mouth shut. If I come to you and I say something to you and I say, okay, well, as a girlfriend, we sitting down and we talking about something.
Don't keep your mouth shut because then we're not going to see who you really is.
No, we would have saw who she really is.
It just happened that
you
never keep your mouth shut and we figure it out.
It wasn't even about me not keeping my mouth shut. It's just because me trusting and being thinking that we were friends.
Not you, Nikita. Not you. Okay. The person.
Okay.
The person. Don't keep your mouth shut. Open your mouth so that we can know what going on. Whether you are going to figure it out or me are going to figure it out.
I don't believe so. I feel like if you're a friend,
it happened.
It doesn't matter what the situation is. If I'm your friend and you confide in me about certain things, whether your husband come to me yes or no and say, is this going on? That's not my business. I'm not coming to tell you anything. I'm going to give my advice to my friend. But I'm not going to come and tell you anything that my friend said because guess what? Maybe she didn't want to express it to you in that way. Maybe she didn't want it to come out in the way that you're going to bring it on and you're going to start having other things and feelings and other things running in your head like, oh, I them things that she taught me, I'm back with people and this like it can lead to a whole lot of unnecessary issues that are not needed.
Trust me, once the relationship's straight,
I don't believe
once our relationship's straight, I feel like once any relationship straight, once the news carry in a way where it's not supposed to carry, me I go come back to you or you go come back to me and we are going to say, well, I saw me say it or I saw it really go. Me could talk to that friend here and figure out
not
why.
a lot of people, not a lot of men.
And figure out why. But me feel like I saw it for deal with. And figure out why that person there do that something there. And then when we figure out that, then we know that person is not to be trusted, is not a friend. It's plain and simple.
Yeah, but
because real friends don't carry fake news.
Yeah,
Real
but
friends don't give fake advice. Real friends keep it real and make sure say them your union, remains.
You're saying this now, but that's not what, that wasn't your action, and that's what I'm saying to you.
Yeah, but
it
Nikita,
wasn't because of you why she was weeded out. It was because I felt some type of way and I dressed back.
But baby,
because I caught
what
the
I'm saying is, it doesn't matter who figure it out. What matters is
yes,
that
it does because that's your friend.
What matters is that we figured it out and realized that the friend that I thought was a friend is not really a friend, and now the friend is no longer around to do whatever it is they were doing, and we move on and move forward same way and everything good. You understand what I said? That is the point. So whether me figure it out or you figure it out, it not really matter.
Okay.
What matters is that somebody figure it out and now we are still here. And that person is no longer around. You understand?
That's not it.
What's happening there?
It stopped?
You understand? So, me feel like,
No, I feel like if you're a friend of mine and you're going through something, and if I come to you and I confide in you, I don't feel like you need to run to my spouse and say, well, this is how he was feeling.
No,
or
not
she
really
was feeling,
run to the Nikita. Sometime.
If you're
You
telling,
see,
all right, I didn't give you a message to go and tell my spouse anything. So why would you feel like you should take it upon
It's
yourself
not-
to be that person to deliver the message that I wanted to say? Like, if I come to you and I say something to you and I ask your opinion, because clearly I must value your opinion and what you think about certain situations if I come to you with my problems or my issues. So if I come to you with that, my thing is just respect that I came to you and I didn't go to anyone else. I came to you. So therefore I value your opinion. So just give me your opinion and we call it that. You don't need to go and tell nobody else anything. I would say what I need to say to my spouse when I feel like it's necessary. I don't feel like you should be that person to say, okay, because I'm the friend and you came to me and we friends with everybody, so I'm going to go tell your spouse how you feel. That's not your place. That's not your place.
Understand your point.
Because that's going to cause another problem.
I understand your point. I understand your point on what you're saying. But for me, it wouldn't cause a problem.
Yeah, but not everyone is like you, where everyone's just going to take the information and say, all right, that's what it is. A lot of people are going to take the information.
I'm not going to take the information and say that's what it is either. I'm going to come to you. And we talk about whatever the issue is that,
yeah, but
that
not
you
a lot
spoke to
of
the
people
person.
are easy with communication like that to say, okay, well, somebody said this to me.
Yeah, but why make it difficult?
Because my thing is, if me never give no news for carry, where you carry and I tell people things for me, said to you,
people,
you're my husband, because you don't know who else they telling. If you gonna go and tell my spouse that shit and I ain't tell you to go tell my spouse nothing, who else you telling? Who else are you giving this information to? Yeah, you're supposed to know, but I went to that person for advice. I didn't go to that person to say, be my mouthpiece to tell my spouse how I feel or what I want.
You understand your point.
So that's my whole thing about
I don't agree. Understand your point?
You don't agree, but yet still your actions are always...
Oh my God.
But, okay.
I understand your point, but I don't agree.
I understand my point too, and I don't agree with him.
Yeah.
So I guess that's just what it is. We just gonna agree to disagree on this one.
I don't agree.
But let us know.
A friend should be open, A
friend should be open, but there's certain things where you mind your goddamn business.
Definitely, some things are off limits.
Exactly.
But in the context of what we are talking about,
if we're in a relationship,
if there's a relationship issue and you feel
I go to you as a friend because you're around. Go ahead.
If there's a relationship issue and you feel like there is this issue, it might cause some kind of a rocky period or whatever, might cause even for separation or something like that, then as a concerned real friend, I think that you should be able to come to both people in a relationship and say, yo, listen,
and I said
that person, I said this to me, and me not too like the vibe. Me not really appreciate it when you try and work it out because you don't know. You see me, I say, We love you like that, and we don't want, we don't want to see you, you know. Separate.
And I agree with that.
You understand what I say?
I agree with that. There's nothing wrong with coming to both of us together.
And I also
but
understand
when you go to him separately, and
I also understand that, you know, you would be uncomfortable for your friend come to me with whatever you and her or you and him reason about, and that's understandable. But I don't think it should be an issue.
It seems like it's secrets and we're holding things behind your back, and it's going to be a discussion that will be had between you and I. However, at this moment, I just want to have some outside input from someone that's close. Someone that's close to us, and someone that's around us, and someone that understands our vibe, and someone that understands what we go through on a day-to-day basis. So that's why it's important. That's why I said it's important to go to someone like a friend that both of you are mutual friends with, where you can go and discuss certain things without having to feel like, damn, if I say one thing to this person, they're gonna go back and say it. Like, but if I consider this person a friend, when you speak to your friends, you don't want your friends going and telling nobody else your business, do you?
But you're bringing in different scenarios into this now.
I'm just asking you a question. If you have a friend, would you want your friend to go and tell other people what's going on within your relationship or what you guys discuss?
Not other people, but I'm okay with him or she coming to you.
Okay. If the spouse, you say what you said, you're okay with that person coming to me. Suppose I'm not okay with the person going to you and saying certain things to you, which I'm not. And that's what I'm saying. It's not necessary, because with that person going there and saying certain things, I go to you and I say, all right, I go to the person and say, okay, we're having issues or whatever. And they come to you and tell you all of that. Suppose I was trying to process it in my head to really see if I really feel this way, or if this is something that I really want to do or say, and I just needed this person to help me clarify
keep on your mouth and process it first.
No, because some people, you need people to talk to really get, because some people really don't see
talk
the situations.
To your mother.
They take.
Don't talk to no friend. Don't Don't make a simple situation complicated.
Yeah, but then if me call my mother go call and say, hey boy, what kind of carelessness is you going with?
You see that?
And then that's going to be a disrespectful.
You see that?
That's going to come off disrespectful.
That's what real people do.
No, because
and
some
then
people don't like that
you
shit.
have to
That's
understand yourself and understand the relationship and understand communication.
And you know why a lot of people don't
communication
go,
is key.
But you know why a lot of people don't go to family members? Because whenever they're having issues and it's bad, the family, everybody turn on the person that they're with.
Not turn on, but you know, address the issue. How you would address it, like you're protecting your own. And then you know have to look within yourself and say, you know, say a real thing or a real thing. And if you're not looking within yourself
logically, because you're speaking of fairy tale of how you think it should go. We're not speaking logically of how it does go. Because yes, you are.
I feel like a reality.
No,
I feel like every man and every woman supposed to pray that way.
If me and you in a relationship, I meet and one of my cousin them or somebody say you do certain things to me, because I have family members where their boyfriends or husband treat them like shit, and I don't mess with homie because you dealing with my family member wrong. You don't get no respect, nothing from me. I don't even speak to you when I see you. You get what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. In my opinion, like when you involve family in your relationship, it takes a different turn.
All right,
that is not necessary.
You a question, right? Suppose the same person where you look on a certain way, I say, I deal with your girlfriend or your brethren a certain way you not talk to. When you hear for them reasoning and on the whole situation, it give you a different perspective.
No, because more than likely, I'm going to take what my family said, and I'm going to run with that. If you hurt them in any type of way, I don't care what it is that they did. I don't care what it is that, like what happened with the situation. You hurt my family a certain way, and I love and I check for this person. I feel some type of way about it. I can't look on you and rate you and respect you and deal with it the same way how I used to, knowing that you're not treating my person
that
right.
That means you don't really believe in a way I say in terms of having a friend that is objective and can keep and can stay down the middle, split justice down the middle and not take a side.
How so?
Because of what you just said. You got side with your family no matter what.
Because that's what I'm riding for. It ain't about like who's right or wrong. That's what I'm riding for. I'm riding for you. I'm riding for you. I'm business about nothing else.
Okay.
Just like in the past episode, we talked about like if I saw my sister fiance cheating or whatever,
Yeah,
I'm not asking no questions. I'm running up on him one
But
time, and
that's-
then later on we figure everything else out.
But that's what I'm saying. You said, yeah, the question. What is the question? What is the topic? The topic is what? Your
Would I
friend,
be okay with my
a friend
friends?
coming to me and saying
No,
certain things.
that's not the topic. The topic is would I be okay with your friend being my friend, and
Right.
then we just threw in that
And,
scenario.
and what I'm saying is,
Mm-hmm.
I said that a real friend is truthful, can split justice down the middle, no matter what the situation
I can
is.
split justice, and I'm gonna tell my friend you wrong, but in front of him, I'm not admitting that she's wrong. She gonna know she's wrong. I'm gonna tell her she's wrong.
Well, that's a difference.
But he don't need to know that I'm picking up for him or whatever the case is. No,
That's a
you
diff-
wrong, nigga. Whether you right or wrong, homie, you're wrong.
That's a different scenario.
But I'm gonna let her know. Listen, what you did was foolishness, and you need to deal with this a different way. I'm not that type of friend where I'm gonna sugarcoat it and then be a hypocrite and then be like, no man, everything going you did right, and then behind her back, no, you know, say she did wrong and she shouldn't do this and she shouldn't do that. No, I'm gonna let you know you're wrong.
Yeah, you just not gonna do it in front of
No,
the person
same
that
thing.
is not
Same
your
way,
friend.
same way like how if our children do something outside, me not beat them or nothing in
Me
front
agree
of
with that.
nobody.
Me
But
agree
when
with
we're
that.
reaching at the house, me I gonna make you know what go on.
I agree with that.
So that's just my thing
Wholeheartedly.
about it. I'm gonna hold you down regardless of what, whether you're right or you're wrong.
I agree with that.
I'm gonna hold you down, but you gonna know on the side that you fucked up.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that.
But that's just how I see it. Like I feel like the loyalty should be there, whether it's your
To
friend.
you.
If it's friend,
Loyalty
if it's
should be to you.
No, if it's our friend,
Yeah.
there should be no bias. There should be loyalty on both ends, where you should just be
Able
making
to come
sure
to
that
anybody in the relationship and say what or the next person is feeling.
no,
and that's
I
what
don't
I'm
feel
saying.
like you should be my mouthpiece. I came to you for advice.
a
I didn't come.
mouthpiece.
That's a mouthpiece because you're doing something that I didn't ask you to do.
Yeah, but now I gotta agree on
No,
this.
but that's what it is. You're doing something that I didn't ask you to do. I asked you your opinion on my situation. I didn't say, okay, well, I need you to go to my husband and tell him how I feel, and then let him come back and tell me how he feel. No,
We now gotta agree on this. And tell you that
cause you
right
know,
now.
say wrong. That's it. You know, one time, you know, them don't want to admit it, but it is what it is.
We now gotta agree, yes, sir. Not at all. Tell me how to feel. We now agree. We now gotta agree, yes, sir. We gotta go the whole night. We now gotta agree.
let us know how what you think about this episode, because even if on something that's like,
We now gotta agree.
if we're friends, do you believe that your friends should keep certain things to themselves unless they are given the permission or given the okay to say certain things outside of, you know, the discussion that was had, outside of, you know, feeling outside of the comfort zone? Because once you have a conversation with a friend in that comfort zone, it shouldn't leave that comfort zone, in my opinion.
All right, and that is your opinion. And my opinion is, if you're a real and true friend to both of us, it shouldn't matter.
If you're a
It
real and
shouldn't
true
matter.
friend to both of us, you come and sit both
It-
of us
it-
down
it
if that's the
shouldn't-
case.
It shouldn't. You already say your opinion. And my opinion is, it shouldn't matter. If you're a real friend, if you come to me and we are reason about something that is
Listen to me.
affecting our relationship, you should be able to go to the other person in the relationship as a real friend and say, yo, you know, say, Ray, I want to fix that because Ray. You don't know. As a friend, as a brother, as a sister.
Nah, dogs,
want
mind
it,
your business.
want
I say
the thing.
something to you and I ask you your opinion, you give me your opinion, and after that, keep by your mouth. You don't have nothing else to step on the topic, you don't have nothing else to do with the situation. All you need to do is just give your opinion and keep it pushing, and then watch everything as it plays out. And if at the time, if they ask you to interject, then you do so within a relationship. But outside of that, just give your opinion and keep it pushing and worry about your own.
Okay, that's your opinion? Good. What say you? Let us know down in the comments.
Let us know what you think about
Open
this
discussion.
episode and other episode of this podcast. Make sure you check us out on YouTube at I'm Like
Yeah.
Red Square Official for all of our visuals. Make sure you go over to all of the streaming platforms that podcasts are available.
Yes,
And stream our
sir.
podcast, Music and Marriage. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, Music and A&D Marriage Podcast. Also, you can follow our personal page. I am available at Nikki_Gordon718. And you can
Yes.
find my handsome husband at
I'm Like Red Square, one word, AMLAKREDSQUARE on all social media platforms. One word, I'm Like Red Square.
Thank you for joining us again on another episode of Music and Marriage. My name is Nikita. I am your host, and this is my co-host.
I'm Black Red Square. Big up on yourself. Thanks for watching.
Let us
Keep
know what
supporting.
you think about this episode.
You don't know the
people.
merch is out.
Yes.
Get on the merch. Support the movement.
Yes.
Big up on yourself.
Well, good people.
Peace.
Peace.
Touchdown. Touchdown. Touchdown.
Red Square, Wolf, Red Square,
Touchdown.
Wolf.
Touchdown.
Bossa,